Hi, I'm Gemma, Head of Marketing here at Team Metalogic.
And I'm Mike, founder and CEO.
Okay, so Mike, I'd like to talk a little bit more about our wider purpose. This does feature a lot more internally and externally with our partners. What is it and why?
What it is really important to me personally. It is our why. It's why we're here, why we are existing, why we have built this business, why we are doing what we do every day, why we sell what we sell, why we have the conversations that we have. It's what gets us up in the mornings and drives our passion for doing what we do. And if we enjoy what we do and we've got passion in the delivery, then that will come across in the conversations that we have, and it will allow us to have better relationships with our partners, the people that we work with, and not just with those, but also with our supply chains and with the vendors that we work with, and with other stakeholders in the business. Our wider purpose it's the stuff that sits, I suppose, outside of the money that's involved, the paycheck at the end of the month, the hard skills that we look at. It's about what brings the individual, the personality into the business. What have we got from a culture perspective? And that's really important. We've spent a long time looking at technical skill set when we employ engineers, for example, but to some degree, that's, if you really want to be progressive about it, that's got to be secondary to the personality and the individual. And the reason for that is that technical skills are really easy to teach. It might take a bit of time, but you can teach technical skills. But actually having somebody that has that wider purpose, that has the same drive, the same ambition, the same goals, the same beliefs and values that we are trying to present and project as a business, tying those two things together really allows us to succeed.
Why do you think culture is so important to us here at Team Metalogic, and what do we actually do to promote it?
Culture is how we deliver our wider purpose. If the culture wasn't right in the business, we wouldn't be able to deliver the sentences, the words on the page that define that wider purpose. Look, when we recruit, when people join us as a team, what we look for is that, are we going to get buy-in from them in terms of that? Are they going to believe what we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it? That, in black and white form on a piece of paper, we are here to provide technical solutions, technology solutions. We are here to fix problems with some form of technology solution. But there are ways that we can deliver that. We could deliver it in a very black and white manner where it's just about delivery of the solution, or we could deliver it in a way where we listen as much as we talk. We could deliver it in a way where we understand the business that we are working with instead of just being an order taker. If you want to work with an IT provider that is just going to take orders and fulfill those orders, and it's just a transactional approach, you're not going to get an awful lot of value from working with Team Metalogic. But if you want a business that can be trusted to sit on the inside of your business and understand your business's goals and objectives and listen to what you're trying to achieve from that business perspective, then yes, you're going to get a lot of value out of that, because culturally these two businesses fit together. And we look for the same thing with our people. We want the people that come to work at Team Metalogic to buy into that wider purpose, that culture, and become a strong fit for what we're trying to achieve. And that goes both ways. We want to look after the people that are working for us to harness a positive culture in the workplace. And look, sometimes that comes down to silly things like a bowl of fruit or a good coffee machine in the kitchen. But it also comes down to things that matter sometimes. It comes down to taking away the little problems that can have an impact. And we're in an age now where well-being, mental health, mental resilience, they are topics of conversation every day, and they are valid factors in somebody's decision as to why they get out of bed and go and do a particular job every day. So for us, we put a big focus on the well-being of the people that work with us and for us, and not just them, but their immediate families and their households as well. As you know, we've got quite an extensive benefits package, 25, 30 plus benefits in that package. And a lot of them are around the well-being and mental health and a supportive environment around the individuals that work here, but also extending that out to their immediate families, their households, because a problem that affects their son, their daughter, their husband, their wife, their boyfriend, their girlfriend is likely going to affect them. And with the best will in the world, we always say, look, you leave your home's troubles at the door when you come into work every day. That's not reality. It does have an impact and it will affect you. So the more we can help with all of those things, the better culturally our team will be when they're here, and we'll get the best out of everybody because they'll be able to bring their best selves to work. And if they're doing that, they are aligning with our culture as a business and what we're trying to achieve, again, from that wider purpose piece.
Based on all of that, what would you say success looks like to us?
It's something that is defined in our why, in our wider purpose statement, and that, I think, is mutual growth. That's what we want to achieve. If, yes, we're going to sell things and we're going to talk about technology, but if we do that right, our customers, our partners will grow and they will get bigger. And as they grow and get bigger, we will be more involved in that growth and the delivery of technology to keep up with that growth momentum and the speed at which they're trying to do things, and their demands for storage or their demands for equipment or their demands for cybersecurity or their need for compliance, the pieces that we talk about in terms of governance and risk, and all of these things will scale up as their business grows. So as their business grows, our business grows. As they succeed, we succeed.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.